So you just made your first $10 million. Dollars. Congratulations. Now here's the question nobody in your position ever asks before it's too late. Should you buy a private jet? Everyone tells you it's the ultimate status symbol. Nobody tells you it's one of the fastest ways to quietly bleed seven figures a year. While the plane sits parked doing absolutely nothing, here's what the ads and the influencers won't show you. A mid-sized private jet costs somewhere between $5 and $15 million dollars to buy. That's the easy part. The part that actually breaks people is what happens after you sign the check. Because a jet isn't an asset, it's a business, and most owners have no idea they just became the CEO of one before the plane ever leaves the ground you're already paying. Hangar space, insurance, a flight crew you have to employ year round, whether you fly or not, pilots, and often a dedicated maintenance technician. Added up, and you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars a year before a single gallon of fuel gets pumped. This is the number private jet brokers conveniently leave out of the sales pitch. Then there's the cost of actually using it, fuel, landing fees, catering, maintenance reserves that have to be set aside for every single flight hour because jet engines don't get cheap repairs. They get five and six figure ones. Fly the jet 100 hours a year, which is considered light use, and you can burn through the cost of a house just in operating expenses. Now, here's the part that really stings. Unlike a house, unlike most businesses, a private jet starts losing value the second it's delivered. Some models shed 50% of their value within the first decade. You're not just paying to fly, you're paying to watch your multi-million dollar asset quietly evaporate. This is exactly why so many billionaires who could easily afford to own outright choose not to. Instead, they use fractional ownership programs, jet cards, or just charter case by case. Because the math only works if you're flying enough hours to justify it. And most owners drastically overestimate how often they'll actually use the thing. The jet that was supposed to save them time ends up costing more than the private terminal it never left. So, why do people still buy them? Because a jet isn't really sold as transportation, it's sold as identity. And that's the trap. The people who make jets profitable aren't the ones buying for ego. They're the ones running the numbers like a CFO, tracking utilization rates, and treating the plane like the business it actually is. So the next time you see someone step off a private jet and think that's success, remember, you might be looking at someone's biggest liability dressed up as their biggest flex, and that's the part the price tag never tells you.